Hello, everybody. Pete Dahlgren here, and I built the Maersk Models F86, and this is this is more of an informal video that I need to try and get as much attention as possible with this, because as a lot of you know, I am an AMTE, and what I do is I work on actual real aircraft. I am on a daily basis with the Federal Aviation Administration. I hold a license with the FCC. I am an AMTE, which means I'm an AMP, airframe power plant with an electronics endorsement. I install the avionics in aircraft. So that's what I do for a living. Now, amongst other things, I want to bring up a couple little things to do, because that being said, I talk to inspectors and officials on a daily basis. And what I want to discuss with you is something that got brought to my attention, and it's not anything more than just a really bad situation. Because what happened was, and I'm going to invite you guys to check the channel out for yourself, and just say, well, they didn't do that. They did do it. And the thing is it's like this, guys. There's a group on YouTube that is called Flight Test. And I'm not picking on them, but I can assure you that I do know absolutely what I'm talking about here. And if you guys are watching this, and I hope this does get forwarded to one of them, because when you guys start putting airsoft guns on your little toy foamies that you guys build, you just opened up a very, very big can of worms when you did that. Because you proved one thing, is that, okay, our line of sight theory with our RC planes was actually done that, is exactly that, as line of sight. And basically, as it is, you guys went and mounted a bunch of airsoft guns and started strafing your little tanks you guys built and whatever else you did. Now, I realize you guys have your own little private property thing, but you guys showed that on a golf course. And guys, we don't fly on golf courses. And in parks, that just ruined any opportunity for us to get any kind of new park. And let me explain a little bit about Washington State and what's happened here with our hobby here. It's just about dead. And it's not because of a lack of interest. It's because families are seeing what you guys are doing and going, oh, great, so they can mount guns on these and start going shooting everything else. We got our own property. We can do this and do that. Well, the FAA look at this thing too, and you know what? They're saying not okay with them. And not to mention the fact, if you read your AMA rules, it's completely 100% against our deal. And it's against AMA policy. So I don't know what you're thinking by doing that. I'm glad you guys have a lot of fun. But you guys, or your videos, are being used as partial evidence with the FAA to come up with this new ruling, because if you get out 400 feet, that's one of the biggest reasons why they're doing it. Individuals mounting weaponry of any kind on these. Well, guys, you did it, and you just got us in put us in a whole different category, especially with those of us that spend several $1,000s on a build that didn't get finished. And, you know, I can kind of blame a lot of these things on the irresponsibilities. Because you know what, guys? We'll never get another field ever allotted around the Seattle area. Not never. Not in Snohomish or King County. We're not going to get one. And as a matter of fact, they're going to take our other fields away from us. That was Marymore Park, which is in Kirkland. They're going to take it away. And, you know, our hobby shops are hurting in this. So there's a lot going on with a lot of things that are going on with this community. And guys, I don't care what you do. I mean, if you want to go and mount rockets on your plane and go out there and make total asses out of yourself and get yourself in a whole lot of trouble, which you will, then be my guest. But I want you guys to understand that while you guys are getting in trouble, you're putting the other 200,000 members and the other 200,000 people plus the 100,000 that are in Canada in a really big bind here. And you know why? Because the United States supplies Canada with over 98% of their RC stuff. And I've talked with a lot of guys from Canada because I'm selling I sold a quarter scale F-86 that I was going to compete with. But with the advent of losing our fields and no way to get another one and no way that we can get permitted to even do one, even if we own the property, we still have to have the okay for it. And guess what? We can't get it. Snohomish County's not going to allow it, even if we do have it. King County's not going to let us do it. And you know what? There's only one place that would be suitable, and guess where it is? 150 miles away. It's almost on the Idaho border. And so, I'm not driving a 300 mile a day round trip. And I sold my airplane. And you know what? And with no place to fly around here until we actually get up and actually move out of here, I won't be building any more airplanes for probably another year or two. And I've got other things I do. So I can't just pack up and leave just for the sport. So I think one of the biggest things is I invite all of you to go and look at Flight Test and look what they did. Look on their videos when they were mounting airsoft guns under the deal. And you know what? I found the link, and guess who gave it to me? One of the inspectors from the FAA. And that is their evidence against, that just kind of blows a hole in our theory about line of sight, responsible clubs. Flight Test is a manufacturer. They know the rules. They build lots and lots and lots of different kinds of airplanes and a lot of kits, and they got free downloads on the internet and everything for them. And they have what they call a speed build kit and all this stuff. You can go out and build yourself all kinds of different, really cool stuff. And they have everything. They also got a shitload of videos. And you know what? They're flying airplanes that are completely deemed completely experimental, completely unsafe. They show a lot of failures on there. They're showing some stuff that is just unreal. Some of it's pretty cool. I watched a little bit about it. But I really took notice when I saw the airsoft stuff going into these little tiny board build airplanes where you talk about dollar store builder's foam and your high-tech fast build kits and this and how you build them. You got all kinds of build videos on them. They're pretty good. But you know what? Oh, let's go ahead and let's chase it with a drone. Let's go ahead and let's shoot another one down. Let's get in air combat. Let's do this and do that. Well, guys, we do combat too, but we do it with streamers. We don't do it with guns. And so I think one of your biggest things is, guys, you guys really actually put our foots in our mouths a little bit here, and this is something that's going to hurt us. And, you know, that little act right there, as far as I'm concerned, was probably one of the biggest acts of irresponsibility, knowing full well what the AMA rules are, knowing you're probably an AMA member, being a manufacturer, and you go out there and you do this. And take an actual AMA member and post a whole bunch of freaking videos about how to do it and how to do it, what you used. Nice one, folks. $200,000 members and 53,000 responses to the new FAA changes. And guess what? You know what? Even if it doesn't, we still got the P number, our airplanes and all that stuff like that. That's okay. But what I'm not okay with is what just happened about this airsoft bullshit. And that's what it is, bullshit. I've been in this hobby for 50 years. I've been doing this since I was just a little bitty guy with my grandpa, starting out with Gulos airplanes. I have my profession as an AMTE because of model aviation. True story. I wanted to be an engineer, wanted to be a pilot, but I couldn't. That's the best thing, was building model airplanes. I shared major bonds with my grandfather and my own father over this stuff. I have two little guys that I would love to be able to turn the reins over and teach them how to fly and keep them inspired. Because too many kids are fucking around with Xbox. Everybody thinks they're a badass because they can beat somebody up on Grand Theft Auto. I've seen so many things change in half a century that it's not even funny. The one thing that was getting better and actually never did was the camaraderie that we share as pilots and oohing and on over one's creation. By the time I'm 60, we're going to have a ruling on what's going on. And you know what? I'm optimistic, thinking, no, I'm thinking everybody's going to make it and come to a better deal. But I'm telling you right now, I would make it a freaking law, and I would impose this, and I would actually bring this to the FAA, that if anybody's caught doing this stupid shit like putting fucking weapons on an airplane, other than droppable ordnance that we use for competitions and scale, and also I think drones ought to be sold just like handguns. Canada went through this. They have special rules. They're no longer in the same category, and yes, Canada does have an FAA just like we do. They just went through this. But if the FAA pulls these deals and these manufacturers start to go bad, and they can't go up there and actually sell their products, and there's no reason to do it because there's so many of us in the States, it's going to do billions of dollars in damages. And it's going to be worldwide damages. You know, I'd invite everybody to just look up, and if you don't believe me, look at flight tests on YouTube. Stupidity. Plain outright ignorance. And you know what? The worst thing about it is those guys are AMA members. Thanks, assholes. Anyway, this is goodbye, guys. There won't be any more videos. I'm going to leave them on for 6 months, and then I'm going to pull them. Those of you that know me or friends of me on Facebook, stay in touch. I wish all your builds to be good. I hope for the best income with everything else that is to come, and I wish everybody the very best. I will build another airplane again, but it'll be a complete different ball game, guarantee. It probably won't be another jet. Even though the Mirus is an excellent airplane, my final review is superb in every way. Airplane sold with no issues. Strong. Will fly wonderfully with no issues. Setup's easy on it. It's convenient for a big airplane like that. Can't go wrong with the Mirus. It's a sport jet. It allows itself to be lent out to many different applications, no matter which one you build. If you do the 100, it builds exactly the same way. They all build just like the F-86 did. I would invite you to look at NS Modelers and keep it all in its perspective. And again, I want to thank all of you for watching and all that have. And I wish you guys absolutely all the best. And until we meet again, see you in Funny Papers. God bless. And by the way, Bob Moore did come through his surgeries just fine. He's doing better than expected. And yes, I do know a lot of the big boys. So anyway, again, I'll see you guys in the Funny Papers. And God bless y'all. See you then.